The resurgence of Grandmacore aesthetic captures the essence of nostalgic comfort and timeless charm, bringing warmth and character to modern homes. This design movement celebrates the cozy, collected feel of grandmother's house, where every piece tells a story and comfort reigns supreme. By combining vintage elements with romantic floral touches, this style creates spaces that feel both deeply personal and universally welcoming.
Before we delve into our exploration, allow us to extend a warm welcome back to Amica Studio. For those joining us for the first time, we invite you to subscribe for more captivating insights into home and interior design inspiration.
Grandmacore Aesthetic, vintage granny chic decor ideas with timeless romantic floral accents. In today's fast-paced world, the appeal of Grandmacore lies in its ability to create sanctuaries of comfort and nostalgia. This aesthetic embraces imperfection, cherishes handmade elements, and celebrates the beauty of well-loved pieces. The incorporation of floral patterns and vintage accessories adds layers of visual interest while maintaining the style's characteristic warmth and intimacy. The beauty of Grandmacore design lies in its accessibility and emotional resonance. Unlike styles that demand pristine conditions or perfect matching, this aesthetic thrives on the combination of cherished pieces and thoughtfully chosen additions. It's an approach that encourages personal expression while maintaining a cohesive, inviting atmosphere. 1. Cozy corners and floral patterns, crafting a nostalgic Grandmacore living space. Creating intimate spaces, vintage seating arrangements and cozy nooks. The heart of Grandmacore design lies in creating welcoming nooks and corners that invite relaxation and conversation. Comfortable seating arrangements feature vintage-inspired armchairs and sofas upholstered in soft, floral patterns that echo traditional designs. These pieces are positioned to encourage intimate gatherings, with side tables within easy reach for tea cups and treasured books. The careful arrangement of furniture creates natural conversation areas while maintaining easy flow through the space. Pattern Design Guide, Mixing Floral Prints in Vintage Home Decor. Successful Grandmacore spaces master the art of pattern mixing, particularly with florals of varying scales. Large-scale botanical prints on wallpaper or curtains serve as anchoring elements, while smaller floral patterns on cushions and accessories add depth and interest. The key lies in maintaining a consistent color palette while varying pattern sizes and styles. This thoughtful layering creates visual interest without overwhelming the space. Antique furniture integration, vintage pieces in modern spaces. Authentic Grandmacore style incorporates genuine vintage pieces that add character and history to the room. From ornate picture frames to antique side tables, these elements bring personality and depth to the space. The patina of age on wooden furniture and the subtle wear on vintage textiles contribute to the room's lived-in comfort. Each piece tells a story and adds to the overall narrative of the space. Useful design tips, guidance for Grandmacore style. When creating a Grandmacore-inspired living space, focus on building layers of comfort and interest over time. Choose furniture pieces that prioritize comfort while maintaining vintage appeal. Mix patterns thoughtfully, using a consistent color palette to unite diverse elements. Incorporate genuine vintage pieces alongside newer items that echo traditional styles. Remember that the goal is to create a space that feels collected and curated rather than instantly assembled. Two. The magic of lace, crochet, and floral fabrics, layering textures for a romantic shabby chic Grandmacore look. Vintage textile selection, essential guide to antique fabric types. The richness of Grandmacore style emerges through thoughtful layering of different textures and fabric types. Delicate lace curtains filter light beautifully while adding romantic texture to windows. Hand crochet doilies and throws introduce personal craftsmanship and warmth. Vintage linens, whether genuine heirlooms or carefully chosen reproductions, add authenticity to the space. The combination of these elements creates depth and visual interest while maintaining the style's characteristic comfort. Pattern mixing tutorial, combining vintage florals and lace. Successfully combining different fabric patterns requires careful attention to scale and color. Floral prints in varying sizes work together when united by a consistent color palette. Delicate lace patterns complement rather than compete with botanical designs when thoughtfully arranged. Textural elements like crochet and embroidery add dimensionality to flat surfaces, creating engaging visual and tactile experiences. Vintage textile care, preserving antique fabrics and lace. Maintaining vintage and delicate textiles requires special attention to preservation techniques. Proper cleaning methods ensure that delicate laces and crocheted items maintain their beauty. Storage solutions protect precious pieces when not in display. Understanding fabric care helps preserve both authentic vintage items and newer pieces that contribute to the Grandmacore aesthetic. Useful guide, styling with vintage textiles and handmade crochet. When incorporating various textiles, focus on creating balanced compositions that feel collected over time. Layer different textures and patterns gradually, allowing each addition to complement existing elements. Consider the practical aspects of fabric choices, especially in high-use areas. Rotate textile displays seasonally to protect delicate pieces and maintain fresh interest in the space. Three. Vintage-inspired furniture, timeless pieces to anchor your romantic Grandmacore aesthetic. Vintage furniture selection, essential guide to antique styles. The foundation of Grandmacore style lies in furniture that combines character with comfort. Look for pieces with graceful lines and traditional craftsmanship, whether genuine antiques or quality reproductions. Upholstered pieces featuring romantic floral patterns or soft, worn velvet create inviting focal points. The patina of aged wood and the subtle wear of well-loved furniture contribute to the style's authentic feel. Period furniture design, mixing vintage styles in modern homes. Successful Grandmacore spaces blend furniture from different eras while maintaining visual harmony. Victorian-inspired pieces mix beautifully with mid-century elements when united by common colors or materials. Painted furniture can bridge style gaps while adding personality to the space. The key lies in selecting pieces that share common elements while celebrating their individual character. Vintage room layout, space planning with antique furniture. Traditional furniture arrangements in Grandmacore spaces prioritize conversation and comfort. Create intimate seating groups that encourage interaction while maintaining easy flow through the room. Include adequate surfaces for displaying cherished objects and supporting daily activities. Consider the practical aspects of furniture placement while maintaining the style's characteristic coziness. Useful tips: buying and placing vintage furniture pieces. When selecting and arranging furniture, prioritize pieces that tell a story while serving practical needs. Look for quality construction and solid materials that will age beautifully. Mix different wood tones and finishes thoughtfully to create depth and interest. Remember that perfect matching is less important than overall harmony and comfort. (4) Bringing the outdoors in, floral decor and nature-inspired elements for a cozy ambience. Indoor garden design, natural elements in vintage decor. Incorporate botanical elements throughout your space to enhance the Grandmacore aesthetic. Fresh flowers in vintage vases create ever-changing displays of color and fragrance. Dried flowers and preserved botanicals provide lasting natural beauty. Botanical prints and nature-inspired artwork strengthen the connection to the natural world while maintaining the style's romantic appeal. Seasonal Decorating Guide, Natural Touches for Vintage Homes. Embrace the changing seasons through thoughtful adjustment of natural elements. Spring branches give way to summer blooms, followed by autumn foliage and winter evergreens. This rotation of natural elements keeps spaces feeling fresh and connected to the outside world. The careful selection of both fresh and preserved elements ensures continuous natural presence. Houseplant selection, best plants for vintage-style interiors. Choose plants that thrive in indoor conditions while contributing to the Grandmacore aesthetic. Traditional houseplants like ferns and African violets add authentic character. Window boxes and small herb gardens connect to the tradition of practical gardening. Proper plant care ensures these living elements enhance rather than detract from the space. Useful guide, styling with natural elements in vintage spaces. When incorporating natural elements, focus on creating sustainable displays that can evolve with the seasons. Consider the care requirements of living plants when making selections. Mix fresh and preserved elements to maintain continuous interest. Remember that imperfection in natural elements contributes to the style's authentic charm. Five. Accessorizing with nostalgia, vintage trinkets and romantic accents to complete the look. Vintage collection display, styling antique accessories. The art of accessorizing in Grandmacore style involves thoughtful collection and display of meaningful objects. Vintage porcelain pieces, from delicate teacups to decorative plates, add authentic charm. Family photographs in ornate frames create personal connections to the past. Small collections of vintage trinkets tell stories while adding visual interest to shelves and surfaces. Antique display ideas, showcasing vintage collections. Successful display of vintage accessories requires careful attention to arrangement and scale. Create varying heights and depths to add visual interest to shelving displays. Group similar items together while maintaining breathing space between collections. Use traditional display pieces like china cabinets and étagères to showcase precious items while keeping them protected. Modern vintage mix, combining old and new decor pieces. Incorporate contemporary elements thoughtfully to keep spaces feeling lived in rather than museum-like. Mix vintage accessories with newer pieces that complement the aesthetic. Consider practical modern items that can be displayed beautifully alongside vintage pieces. The goal is to create spaces that feel current while honoring traditional elements. Useful tips: curating vintage accessories collections. When selecting and arranging accessories, focus on creating meaningful displays that enhance the room's story. Choose pieces that resonate personally while contributing to the overall aesthetic. Rotate collections seasonally to maintain fresh interest and protect delicate items. Remember that each piece should contribute to the room's comfort and character. 6. Color palette secrets, soft pastels and earthy tones for a timeless Grandmacore style. Vintage paint colors, essential guide to period color schemes. Build your Grandmacore color palette on a foundation of soft, timeless hues. Warm whites and gentle creams create welcoming backgrounds for more colorful elements. Subtle variations in neutral tones add depth without overwhelming the space. These base colors allow vintage pieces and floral patterns to shine while maintaining visual calm. Color Combination Guide, Accent Colors for Vintage Decor. Layer accent colors thoughtfully to create rich, nuanced spaces. Soft pastels like rose pink, butter yellow, and sage green add romantic charm. Deeper tones like burgundy and forest green provide grounding elements. The combination of light and dark creates visual interest while maintaining the style's characteristic warmth. Room color planning, vintage paint ideas for every space. Create seamless transitions between spaces through thoughtful color progression. Use consistent base colors to unite different areas while varying accents to define separate spaces. Consider how colors appear in different lights and times of day. The goal is to create spaces that feel cohesive while maintaining individual character. Useful guide: choosing vintage-inspired color palettes. When developing your color palette, begin with colors that resonate personally while respecting traditional Grandmacore elements. Test colors in different lighting conditions before making final selections. Consider how colors will interact with existing furniture and accessories. Remember that subtle variation in tone adds depth and interest to spaces. Conclusion. The Grandmacore aesthetic offers a unique opportunity to create spaces that feel both deeply personal and universally welcoming. Through careful selection of materials, thoughtful arrangement of elements, and attention to authentic details, these interiors celebrate the comfort and character of traditional design while remaining relevant for contemporary living. Success in creating Grandmacore spaces lies in understanding the balance between collection and curation. Each element should contribute to the overall story while serving practical purposes. The combination of vintage charm and modern comfort creates environments that invite relaxation and connection. As we continue to appreciate the value of traditional design elements, the Grandmacore aesthetic reminds us that our most welcoming spaces often draw inspiration from the past. By incorporating these elements thoughtfully, we create homes that honor history while embracing the present, offering comfort and character for years to come.